Hi there. I just wanted to talk about Tyrese Gibson. Yeah, I just watched John Campier's podcast, and basically, I mean, like he said, Tyrese continues to embarrass himself in the studio. In my opinion, I think if, to be honest, I think he's kind of like ended his career as such. But you never know because, quite frankly, Vin Diesel doesn't like The Rock either, and they don't get along. They professionally moved along with each other, so and clearly it seems as though Tyrese is still going to be in the movie with Vin Diesel in Fast 9. And that particular movie is not going to contain The Rock or Jason Statham. Hence why maybe the spin off came into effect. But I don't understand what was the huge deal in the first place from what do you call it, Tyrese Gibson. Why was he making a big deal out of it? I think I'm trying to look from his perspective. Maybe he was thinking that The Rock is betraying Vin Diesel and trying to get um, his own movie franchise, his own family started from moving along from the Fast and Furious franchise. But to be honest with you, the way it sounded was basically because at the particular time when he was complaining and whining about it, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to, move. I'm trying to be objective. I'm not trying to say anything derogatory regarding Tyrese because I don't know the guy. I really don't know the guy. So just in regarding that, now at that particular time, Tyrese Gibson, what did he do? He decided to trash The Rock, and at that particular time, he felt as though that his money was not going to go in his pocket, and it was being taken away from him. And to be honest with you, Tyrese, at that particular time, that is your fault. And really, it is your fault. If you can't get work elsewhere, um, if you can't get work elsewhere, it's not The Rock's fault for trying to branch off and amicably, start another franchise, a co-franchise with the Fast and Furious. Basically, like it's kind of like a Spider-Man, and then the Avengers are the family. You know what I mean? Fast and the Furious. You can't blame him to want to do that. It's like anybody who wants to be successful or try something new, try to work something. If they're willing to give it a shot, you can't complain about it. And to be honest with you, you've not really added a huge amount of, you know, delight to the franchise. I mean, I'll be honest with you, you have the comedic effect in terms of, the goofy funny guy, and this is just being respectful here. The goofy funny guy can be replaced by anybody. You could have Chris Rock doing the role. You could have, and I'm not being. It's not about race or anything like that. You could have any. You could even have a other ethnicity, as long as they're funny. Yeah, you could replace them. It doesn't make a difference. I think at that particular time when you did the Fast and Furious and the second one, which wasn't really successful, to be honest with you, the reason it was popular at the time was because you apparently did something interesting at the time. I can't remember what it was. It was rap videos or something. I can't remember, but that movie wasn't good at all. It really wasn't. It wasn't a great movie. So the reality I've got to say is, Tyrese, you've got to basically step up your game. And to be honest with you, as the years have gone on in the franchise, you have had the comedic effect. But the unfortunate thing is, it's you have gone on a level worser. You, to be honest, you become like just a normal comedic effect, which could get replaced by anybody. And in fact, I think you should be a bit more grateful that Vin Diesel is still keeping you on the payroll, because by all means he could easily replace you. He could easily replace you. You're very replaceable. You can get anybody who's comedic with the comedic timing. We could have got anybody better. It doesn't have to be you, Tyrese. So I think on that regard, you've got to be respectful. But at the same time, now you're trashing The Rock for basically. Look, I know The Rock, made fun of you in terms of your rap albums, etc., etc. Um, at that particular time, and I think it was simply because you were complaining that he's making a spin-off, and because he was making a spin-off, and that this particular spin-off movie is going to be introduced in this year instead of Fast 9 during this year. I just think that's kind of, completely selfish on your part as well. And I don't blame The Rock to, try to do a spin-off. But the main thing is, okay, if you're so jealous about this, if you're so annoyed by this, do something about it. Do a good movie. Do something interesting which people can actually watch or view. The fact is, you're not doing anything interesting. You are really. I don't even know what you're doing now. The only good thing that you've done, I guess, is complain recently about The Rock, and now we're, even talking about this. So overall, I just want to say to Tyrese, you know what, man, you should be grateful, number one. And then second of all is you have to somehow do something yourself. You really have to. Because there are plenty of talented people out there who are a lot better than you are. Easily, hands down, who are easily more talented than you are. And you could easily get replaced. Now, should you get completely, should you lose your job and stuff? Look, reality is, it's to do that at that level is you will get easily replaced. You know what I mean? And if you get away with it, well, all I can say to that is, you're quite lucky. And this whole stupid, that just shows that, you're quite lucky, and you're very lucky, to be honest with you, because if it was anybody else who do that at that level, trying to trash off an offspring franchise, from the particular movie, then that would basically, you're basically insulting, Universal. You're basically doing that. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's the movie franchise is doing 60 million at the present time on the opening weekend, and you made fun of it. I think personally, I think it's due to promotion. I really do. I think it's completely due to promotion. I don't think a lot of people know that it's coming out. And it's only been rolled out in, it's only been rolled out in America, so, and a few other places so far. So, at present, there are more, there are better options. And I think the main thing is I think number one, I do have to say that The Rock, he needs to be more choosy with the movies, as opposed to just mass producing movies all the time. I think that's another thing.